The countdown to CAT 2025 has begun. So it is very important for all of you to understand the CAT 2024 exam. A lot of you might ask why it is important to understand CAT 2024 exam. Because if you know CAT 2024 exam comprehensively, you will be able to prepare for CAT 2025 in a much better way. So fasten your seat belts and be ready for an exciting journey, because we are going to answer a lot of questions. What we are going to do in this session today, we will look at CAT 2024 exam overview. We will also analyze one of the slots, because CAT had different slots, multiple slots, so it is not possible for us to discuss every slot. And the most important question that bothers a student is, how is the percentile calculated by IIMs? We'll share the formula of IIMs with you, and what is the correlation between raw score and percentiles. So if you understand all these points in a much better way, your preparation for CAT 2025 will be far better. So let's get going. Watch this video till the end. So this is the CAT 2024 exam overview. We had 68 questions in totality. VARC had 24 questions. DILR had 22 questions, and quantitative ability had 22 questions. That is in totality 68 questions. You were given 40 minutes for each section. Obviously, you could not jump between the sections. So if you have, generally the first section is VARC. So if you have started with the VARC, whether you like it or not, but you have to be on the screen for 40 minutes with the verbal section only. And 3 marks were given for each question. In totality, it was 204 marks. Now look at the analysis. We have, as I have already told you, that we have taken slot 1 analysis. So slot 1 analysis, first section was VARC. 24 questions were there. 4 passages of 4 questions. Now reading comprehension is the king. 3 para summary questions, 3 para completion questions, 2 odd one out, means 8 questions in verbal ability. 22 questions were multiple choice, and 2 questions were TITA, type in the answer, right, non-MCQ. It was supposed to be an easy section as far as our experts feel, and a good attempt would have been 14 to 60. DILR, 2 sets of 5 questions each and 3 sets of 4 questions each. Now DILR section had a very surprising element. Non-MCQ and MCQ questions were almost equal. 12 questions were MCQs and 10 questions were non-MCQs, type in the answer. Quantitative ability, the story is almost similar. 22 questions, 14 questions MCQs and 8 questions non-MCQs. You had 5 to 6 questions on algebra. Arithmetic had 10 to 12 questions. Geometry, 3 questions. Number system, 2 questions, and modern maths was 1 question, right? So in totality, 68 questions, 48 MCQs, 20 non-MCQs, and the overall level was moderate. Now, what is the method that CAT calculates the percentile? So first of all, you need to understand the raw CAT score. Supposing you have attempted 35 questions and you have got 5 wrong. So for each right question, that is 30 questions, you get 3 marks each, 90 marks in totality. And 5 marks you are being deducted, so your raw score is 85. This is very simple. The answers that you give, right answers, you are given 3 marks each, and the wrong answer you are deducted -1. Now CAT in itself is a comparative evolution exam. It does not have fail, pass, or minimum marks, right? So you are positioned as per your level. So if you have got 10 percentile, that means 90% people are above you. If you have got 99 percentile, 99% of the caretakers are below you. So 99 percentile does not mean 99 percentage. Now, a lot of you would wonder that there are multiple slots, difficulty levels cannot be the same. Yes, it is impossible to maintain the same difficulty level as far as multiple slots of CAT is concerned. So what does CAT do? How will it ensure that injustice is not done to anyone? There is a very, very rigorously designed normalization process which CAT uses. For example, if one slot is difficult and one slot is easier, it will be adjusted. For example, the third slot of CAT 2023 was easier than the first one. This meant that during normalization, 4 marks were deducted from raw CAT score of test takers in the third slot, while 3 marks were added those to the first slot. So it's a very, very decent process. No injustice is done to anyone. General formula for calculating your CAT percentile. Now look at this. P is equal to bracket 1 minus bracket R oblique N bracket and double bracket multiplied by 100, where P is your CAT percentile, R is your CAT rank, and N is the number of test takers. As I already said, the CAT exam is comparative. It assesses you comparatively. It does not assess you absolute. So look at this CAT score versus percentile 2023. That is the data that we have available. If you had scaled score of 142.90, you were getting 100 percentile in CAT. And if you were getting 59.9 scaled score in CAT, you were getting 96.6 percentile. Now look at very interesting thing. If you are getting 75 percentile, you were getting 40 raw marks. You can understand it from a raw marks perspective. And if you are getting 100 percentile, you were getting 142.90 marks. So the percentiles, the raw scores and the percentiles fall very sharply. CAT 2025 percentile, 100 percentile, 98 to 102 marks, 99, 82, 83 marks, 80 percentile, 35 to 39 marks. Now we will look at the different sections. CAT 2024 quantitative aptitude score versus percentile. 100 marks, 100 percentile if you were getting, you had to get 33 marks only. And if you are getting 80 percentile, you had to get 12 marks only. Same with DILR, 30 marks for 100 percentile, 12 marks for 80 percentile. And look at the verbal ability, 42 to 44 questions, as you would have looked at the analysis, that it was an easier section. So 100 percentile you were getting between 42 to 44, and 80 percentile you were getting between 18 to 20 marks. Now look at this CAT 2024 score versus percentile. Obviously the results have come. Most of the IIMs have conducted their interviews. Now people are, in fact, a lot of their results have come. So 100 percentile, if you were getting in 3 sections, good questions to attempt 15 to 16, 11 to 12 DILR, and 15 to 16 in quantitative, 42 to 45. So net questions, you can, I have written it 28 plus, you can easily say that 32 questions if you are getting right, you were getting 100 percentile. Now this does not, this is a catch here. If you had attempted 68 questions in totality, and this does not mean that getting 32 questions right would have got you 100 percentile. If you had attempted 68 questions in totality and 32 right, 3 into 32, 96, but you were being deducted marks, negative marks, because in totality there were 68 questions. So you can imagine how many marks, negative marks will be deducted, right? So this is the table that it looks like, and it's a very, very interesting thing. So this would let you understand that how do you plan and prepare your strategy for CAT 2025. Now things to keep in mind. Now remember, I will be also sharing on MBAROI a video, month-wise detailed preparation video for CAT 2025. Now, what are you supposed to keep in mind for CAT prep? You need to understand the importance of accuracy. If you are attempting 40 questions and your accuracy is 40%, 60% for example, so you are getting 24 questions right and you are getting 16 questions wrong, 24 into 3, 72, minus 16, 56 marks raw score. But if you are attempting 35 questions and you are just getting 2 wrongs, you can always imagine, right? Sectional strengths. You need to understand your strengths, right? For example, some students would be very good in verbal ability. They might not be good in RC. So they need to attempt all the verbal ability questions and choose one of the easier passages of RC. Somebody might be good in arithmetic, but might not be good in algebra, so he or she has to plan accordingly. The same way, DILR also, and time management. So for example, you know that after giving your mocks, you know that you will be able to do 20 to 20 questions in verbal ability. So if you are targeting, let's say 20 questions in verbal ability or RC section, you are getting 2 minutes each per question. If you are wasting 5 minutes per question, you are actually attempting a suicide. So please be very careful, and while preparing, while doing your planning, you need to do this. Mock tests, regular practice with mock tests can help in understanding the exam pattern, improving speed and accuracy. Consistent practice, regular, focused. You need to analyze your performance. You also need to seek guidance. So don't hesitate to seek guidance from mentors. We are always there to help you at MBAROI. If you are regularly in touch with us, you are registered student, then we will make sure that CAT trainers like me will come back and give you, handle your queries as far as preparation is concerned. We will keep doing regularly the webinars and the videos we'll be posting. So achieving a high CAT percentile is attainable with right strategy and dedication. Remember, quality trumps quantity. Focus on understanding concepts thoroughly. Stay motivated and keep pushing your limits. I'll share with you the number of students who were just average but managed to get 100 percentile, and you can be in IIMs. Yes, you can be in IIMs. It is your turn right now.